What's going on, it's the RapNerd, and I'm here today to talk about the latest entry in the VHS franchise called VHS Halloween. Now, if you are a fan of the franchise, I'm gonna say off rip, this is one that you have to see and you need to watch it this month, because as you can tell by the title, this theme for this one is Halloween. And I'm not gonna front, I have a bias for Halloween because it is my favorite holiday, and this damn near might be my favorite one, and it's one that I'm going to watch annually just because it takes place during Halloween. Whoever's idea it was to put this setting and theme around Halloween, kudos. I hope we do Christmas next year, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this one. With it being surrounding Halloween, there are so many different dope ideas that came from these shorts. As all of the VHS films do, there are like little stories that stretch the whole way that kind of give you interludes kind of in between. And in this one, it's called Diet Phantasm, and it's about this 80s group who develop a new soda that's, for whatever reason, really haunted by poltergeists, and they test them on people. So you can only imagine how that goes, and it keeps spreading between each of the stories. This one is okay. I think it's cool. It's definitely made to just be more campy and fun. It's not meant to tie in to the rest of the stories in the same way that other films have. But maybe it could. This is just my first watch. Maybe if I rewatch it again, I can see the tie-in. But from what I can tell, it's just there for fun, and it kind of gives me energy of Season of the Witch. I don't know if that was the inspiration, but it definitely feels like it here. But it's enjoyable. But really the shining aspects of the movie are the shorts, because they all take things that are tropes of Halloween and make it into an actual short horror story. And if you know VHS, this is like high-level hardcore horror that does not hold punches, and it's definitely here in this one. So the first one, called Coochie Coo, details two friends who I believe are graduating from high school, and knowing that they want to take advantage of Halloween night and go trick-or-treating even though they're too old to do so. So they end up going to this house that is kind of posing itself as a haunting, and from the first frame when they get to this house, I was automatically like, nope. That's a big no because of what they presented. And it's funny because one of the friends, she's thinking with logic. She's kind of like, we really shouldn't do this. We need to get the hell out of here. We don't need to go in there, blah, blah, blah. What the other friend is a no-care, brainless fool as you would expect from these horror films. But once they get into the house, it becomes something that you can't even imagine and don't even understand where that was pulled from. But it is some sick shit, and it fires off on all cylinders. And the next short after that, I forgot the name because this is a Spanish one, but it does have English subtitles, and it details these kids going to a Halloween party that has gone completely wrong. And I don't want to give up what that is because you have to see it to actually understand it, but the perspective that they take took me back to VHS 2. The specific segment I'm talking about is the zombie segment. So if you know what I'm talking about, they do something here that does something similar with a different type of horror element, and I thought it was pretty damn cool. Now the short after that is called Kid Print, and to me, this has to be the one that made my stomach turn because of how realistic it was and just the subject matter at hand. I was appalled at what this was doing. So this short takes place in a small town, and it follows this owner of a Halloween-esque store who is extremely excited for the season, but the downer is, for the past few years on Halloween, there have been some kids who've been abducted and nobody can find. So when Halloween comes back, everybody is on edge, like we don't know if we should let our kids out because we don't know who this person is. But man, oh man, when they take a deep dive and you find out who this guy is and what they're doing, I'm telling you, it just made my skin crawl, because I know for a fact, and history has shown that this type of thing actually exists. So for them to present it head on and you see everything, it is unsettling as hell. But to that point, it was done really, really well. So the next short is called Only Take One, if I remember correctly. And it has to do with those houses you see that just have a candy bowl sitting on the front porch that says, please only take one. These kids show up and decide not to do that, and they end up paying the ultimate cost for it, and it goes places again that you expect, but then takes it further in true VHS format. Like, holy shit. And this one in particular, to me, is the most over the top and campy of all of the shorts, so I just found it to be not only funny as hell, and again, once it takes it further, you start to go down the black comedy road, because there are some things that you really shouldn't be laughing at in this short, because if it really were happening, it would be fucked up. But boy, is it still funny and over the top. And then we get to the final short, which is my favorite of the movie and easily one of my favorite in the entire franchise, where this dad who is obsessed with Halloween is still trying to keep the magic with his now older son by throwing a haunted house at his house. His son is not into it at all, but the mom kind of forces him to do it. And when they get into this haunted house, they end up finding a book that lets loose a curse. And what I really love about that segment itself is that it really feels like Goosebumps brought to life in an R-rated format. I have to present that concept at least because I thought it was done excellently. Like, I would absolutely love for a full movie to be made by this same director, because there are a lot of Halloween movies that have gone down the route of bringing decor to life, but I've never ever seen them done like this before. It was so fun, so campy, so violent, so scary as well. And because the segment was so fun and strong, it ends on a very good note and leaves you with a really great impression. And this whole movie is so for the season, so that's why I suggest you watch it now. It's on Shudder, and it'll really put you in the mood of Halloween if you're not already there. Yet another banger in the series. So I am happy to watch it, and I'm definitely gonna buy it once it hits Blu-ray next year. So if you've seen VHS Halloween, let me know in the comments what you thought about it overall, and what is your favorite segment. Again, mine is the very last one about the haunted house. While we're at it, tell me what your favorite VHS movie is. Mine is VHS 2. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. And until next time, peace.
RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.